It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and of course, no netball in Hume to talk about this weekend. The lockdown continues on in New South Wales, but there's always plenty to talk about in sport, and I reckon we've got one of the great interest stories in Hume netball on the line with me right now from the Gindera Netball Club. They're second on the ladder coming into a potential final series and the challenger for Osborne, no question about that. It is Gindera's A-grade and B-grade coach, Tegan Vogel. How are you, Tegan?
Hi, Jason. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great to have you on. I'm going well, thanks. And tell us about your squad. It's been a couple of really good years for the Gindera Netball Club, up the top of the tree. Obviously, last year, not so much with no netball going on, but the year before that, you were right up there as well. This is a group that's been building for some time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think walking in last year, we brought a few new players to the team, so it's added a new mix, which is nice, and probably, to keep where they were previously, we've kept that standard up, which has been, really good to see, and across all grades as well.
Yeah. Well, your transition's an interesting one too, from life member at the Murray Magpies and a legend there over to Gindera. Obviously, a number of reasons as to why you wanted to do that and why you needed to do that, but family's a big part of it, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a little stint at North Albury in between, and then my brother has been at Gindera for a while, and he's constantly on our case about coming and joining him. So bit of a no-brainer, and we've enjoyed the move. So it's been something a bit different, but it's good.
So you've obviously had the experience in Hume before, and then gone off to experience another league and come back to Hume. How does it all stack up in terms of the quality of the competition?
At the moment, I think the standard of the Hume League is absolutely awesome. O&M's probably that step up, definitely, but I think, it goes in waves, but at the moment, I just think those top few sides, it's just awesome.
Yeah, okay. So your club in particular has been strong now for a little while, which when we look at population issues and everything that Gindera has had to deal with, like many other small clubs as well, I find it interesting that we've got Gindera and Osborne at the top of the tree in the netball side of things. I mean, there's no town at Osborne, and Gindera, we know, is one of the smaller centres in and around the Riverina. So what are you guys doing that's keeping you separated from the rest of the pack?
Yeah, look, I think the girls that have, been a part of Gindera's, particularly their A-grade, they kind of tend to stick around.
Yeah.
And then they're lucky. They've got these, they get players in and out through Albury as well. So they've got a generally pretty big pool of girls to pick their squad, which is good because you've got your locals and you've got some new blood as well. So I think that progression has made the club, put them in a good position.
We talk about the senior strength of the Gindera Netball Club at the moment, but the juniors are around the mark as well. They're certainly winning more games than they're losing, and you're putting teams on the park every week. So obviously, that's the future of any netball club. Have you seen firsthand what the junior coaches are up to, and have you had any involvement with them?
Yeah, look, they sometimes are pretty unlucky to miss out just by that game or percentage, but I think we've had some 17s that have taken the court in C grade and C reserve, so I think that's really promising that we can, put them on a senior court, provide those opportunities, and, some of them may move up into the senior squad next year. So, definitely we'll keep an eye on our juniors over the next couple of years as well.
Yeah, for sure. And every senior team is in the finals as they were originally set. I mean, if the finals competition gets reduced, and we'll get to that in a minute, but there might be one or maybe one that might miss out if you go down to a 4-team comp. But all in all, it's been a very successful year for the seniors, and you've got some depth, which must please you as the A-grade coach.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, when we haven't been able to field all, let's say, 8 and, grade, our replacements have been really strong. And I think across all grades, when our availabilities haven't been high, we have been able to replace quite nicely and probably haven't been impacted, in the point sector with playing short or having players missing, because we are able to fill those spots.
It's an incredibly tight competition, the A grade at the top. I mean, between the top 4 sides, there's only been 8 losses between those top 4 sides for the year. Osborne have only suffered 1 loss, and, we all know how that went. So you've got to go into the competition finals time with a lot of confidence, but also looking over your shoulder at those who are chasing you guys.
Oh, absolutely. And truly, that A grade, anyone in that top six could win it. It is very tight, and I think finals is a whole new ball game. So where you landed on the ladder, you don't know who's going to be in that grand final if we get to it. So, which is exciting. I think we all have to step up a notch and see what happens if we do get the chance to hit the pavement.
Yeah. Tell us about your squad. In particular, who has surprised you this year that's maybe locked down a spot at A-grade level that maybe you didn't expect at the start of the year?
Oh, look, I'm probably been a bit lucky in that I've seen all the girls play previously. Some have been my teammates at Magpies and whatnot. So I wouldn't say there's been any surprises in the A-grade. But look, a B grader in particular, Daria, she's been performing. We popped her on our A-grade court for one game, and she was great in there. So I think the A-graders, I probably had that expectation from the start. But some of our players, in our B grade, are really proving that they're valuable players and that they can take it up that next level too.
In 2019, we spoke at length on this show about how strong Jindera's defence was. It was probably the big thing, the strongest defence in the competition. This year, not only have you had a strong defence, not quite as strong as Osborne's in terms of goals allowed, but you've also had a very strong attack line. So has that been something that you've looked to do, is be more even, and have you made some personnel changes there? Yeah,
so look, our attack line, we're pretty lucky that 4 of the 5 that we have in there have played together previously at different clubs. So that definitely works in our favour. Defensively, we've got Sam Creasy now down with Shana, and she's actually a goal attack, so she plays both ends. So that's been something new for her. But, I think we're pretty lucky. We seem to, all over the court, I've been pretty happy with how the girls are going. So, yeah.
I won't ask you about any specific team. We could ask you about Osborne and Lockhart and Billabong Crows, but we'd be here all day. But what I will ask is, if it comes to grand final day, Jindera is playing, what's the number one thing that you're going to hammer home to your girls, regardless of who you're playing, that you'll need to do to win the game?
It will definitely be what can you bring to the court and your own effort and how that's going to contribute. So when we have 8 girls that are contributing, that's when we play our best netball. We know what we need to do as a collective, but if we, as our individuals too, know what we need to be doing, it generally, the team stuff comes together as well, because that's what we've been, practicing and doing when we are able to train.
Well, one thing we know is that you will have some finals action, hopefully, at some point. If there is a final series, Jindera will be part of it, whether it's top 4, top 6, top 2 even, whatever it may look like. I believe the association has set an end date now for the season, which gives you some clarity as to at least when the season will finish at the very latest. And I think that's October 3rd, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep, that's the latest I think clubs want to push to.
Yeah, and that's fair enough too. So it could be a 2-week final series as well, I believe. So that brings you back at the very latest on the 25th of September. So there's still a bit of time in between now and then. We're waiting just on hopefully some good news from the state government, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all just a waiting game. There's not much. I don't think there's many decisions that they can make at the moment. So I guess we're all just waiting to know our fate.
Yeah. And as a coach, what do you do in a time like this to keep your girls together? Have you got like a chat group set up where are you doing some work individually? Obviously, you can't do anything collectively at the moment. So how are you managing this downtime?
Yeah, we definitely we have a group inbox which we talk in regularly. We've done a couple of Zoom trainings, and we even had a drink together on Zoom. Just recently, I've left it up to the girls to do their own stuff, be a bit accountable. But yeah, the key is that we're communicating the whole time, and we're just ready to regroup if we get that chance.
I love that. Zoom drinks are great. So it's good that you've been able to keep the girls together. Fingers crossed you'll be able to get back out on the court and at least do some training soon. And good luck with the ensuing finals. Hopefully we get them, but they'll be fascinating if we do. Tegan, great chatting with you. All the best to you and your netball club, and good luck with what's ahead.
Cheers. Thanks, Jason.